Governments are facing four major trends these days. The first one is economic growth. Then we're talking about defense and resilience. The third one is AI and digital transformation. And finally, internal productivity of governments. The economic growth for 2025 and 2026 is forecasted to be at 3.3%, which is below historical average. So it's not surprising that growth is really on top of government's agendas, and they need to take a proactive role and not leave it to chance. The second thing we are talking about is defense and resilience. Governments around the world are making pledges of 5% and more spending of their GDPs for defense. This is a huge decision to take because it impacts their ability to spend on things like healthcare or education. Technology is bringing lots of good things for economies, societies, and also for businesses, but equally creating huge risk for us as citizens. Governments have a really significant role to play in bringing AI and digitalization as a competitive advantage for their economies and entire nations. They do it by bringing the right set of incentives, by being the investor of first resort, by sharing the risk, but also by being the orchestrator of the whole ecosystem. Governments need to be trusted to play this pivotal role both economies and societies. Right now, if we're looking at data, OECD is saying that 39% of governments around the world are really trusted by their citizens. So the role of the government is not only right now to have this bold vision, but also to get the much needed buy-in. And they need to do it by really leading by example, by showing the strong leadership, but also by having a much better citizen engagement, which historically was a big problem. As an example, Estonia, where governments really focus on the citizen experience and made the citizen-centric digital state a real thing. Right now, Estonia has more than 99% of the citizen services available online, and it made a big difference in how the government is perceived and also how they interact with their citizens. If you look at the productivity, our research is showing by just closing the gap between governments and professional services, as much as $3.4 trillion can be made for governments each year. It is a huge productivity gain to be made, and we are helping our clients around the world to close this gap. Not only with a digital transformation, but also with a change management and also education and upskilling of the workforce. There is lots to learn from one government to the other, but there is a lot to learn from governments to private sector and from private sector to governments. We are bringing the much needed expertise and experience about such critical areas like education, AI and digital transformation, about economic growth, about industrial policies, and many more from pretty much around the world, working with our clients and showing them the benchmark and best practices they can use in their decision making.